fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Leader Class Victory Universe Galaxy Shuttle from the Transformers Velocitron Speedia 500 collection from Hasbro. So this line is exclusive to Walmart, but I actually got mine from Hasbro Pulse because they have some available on their site as well. But it is also available on Walmart and should be available in Walmart stores soon. So if you're looking for this guy, definitely check either Hasbro Pulse or Walmart. But this was definitely a surprise. I don't think anyone really saw this one coming. I mean, one, to just be getting all of this Victory stuff all of a sudden. There was Star Saber for the HasLab. Now we have the HasLab for Deathsaurus. Now we have this guy, and this is a mainline release, so that's really cool. So getting a lot of Victory love recently, which is pretty neat. But yeah, this guy is a repaint. Pretty much I think it's just straight repaint with the exception of maybe a new head of Siege/Earthrise Astro Train, which is pretty cool. Now, as a result, he does have a train mode, which of course Galaxy Shuttle never had, but the mold has it. So if you want, you can have a train mode for Galaxy Shuttle, which is kind of funny. Picture just kind of continuing over here on this side. Really cool artwork there, though, of Galaxy Shuttle. I like that a lot. And then just kind of a close-up of that same artwork over here on this side. Nothing really going on the bottom. And then we just have some product shots here of the robot mode, the shuttle mode, the train mode, and then like the little base mode, which we'll take a look at all of that. But yeah, pretty cool. I'm excited for this one. I think he looks really fun. I'm going to go ahead, get him out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. Here is Galaxy Shuttle out of the packaging. He looks great. I think they did a really nice job with this repainting. Some really nice Autobot symbols here on the top. Love the Victory logo there. All of the individual windows are painted here on the front of the shuttle. Just all in all, it's a really, really nice repaint. Some nice metallic kind of blue paint up here as well. You can see the shine on that. Just looks really sharp. I like it a lot. I think it's really cool. It does come packaged in shuttle mode, so that's how we are starting out. And then, of course, you do get this piece over here, which also came with Astro Train. I really like the color scheme for this, honestly. The black, the blue, the kind of gunmetal metallic gray really looks sharp. I like it a lot. You can open this thing up. So we pop this open like this, and then these pieces all fold down. And then you're supposed to fold this back down. And they kind of have like a helipad symbol painted there, but it's a space shuttle. So, okay. But again, really nice pop of silver and yellow paint there. I like it a lot. Really love the color scheme for this piece. And then you can take this and rotate this around. And then you can match up these three pegs with these three spots over here so that you can peg in the shuttle. So that this is kind of like a landing pad situation. It's fine. I mean, if you want, you can kind of angle these a little bit just to give it a little bit of character. He does come with a number of accessories, which you can peg in around. So you get these two guns, which look very similar, but they're kind of mirrored so that they have, you know, the peg on different sides there. You also get this kind of like Gatling gun. You can see, hopefully you can see, it's very recessed, so it's kind of hard to see. But you can see like the Gatling barrels in there. But this is kind of a cool accessory as well. And then he has this giant black blaster. Now you can tell that all of the guns are molded in this orange plastic, but then this one is painted black. And you can go ahead and peg these together. I'm not going to do it too tightly because I've seen people have the black rub off on the inside of the barrel, but you can peg them together if you wish. And then he kind of has this like little missile salvo pack kind of thing here. But if you want to go ahead and attach these weapons around in the base mode, you can, and it kind of fills it out a little bit, which is kind of neat. I guess I could put this one like this. So if you had some Micromasters or just smaller figures in general, you could kind of have like a cool little base mode here. But really, it's meant to be like a launch pad for the shuttle mode. So that's kind of cool. The other thing that's kind of neat, if I can, the connection for this is really tight. There we go. So I'll put him off to the side for a second. You can actually store all the weapons inside of this, which is actually really cool. So if we take these guns off, you're going to use that peg on the side that I said they're kind of mirrored. And you're going to put this one in like this. And then you're going to put this one in like this. And then you're going to lift this back out. And then you're going to take this little piece and kind of sit it in this little recessed area. And then you're going to attach these guns here like so. And then you can actually just close this all up. Make sure, Hold on, did I put these on upside down? I did. I put these on upside down. So let me switch these really quickly. There we go. Like that, and then you can go ahead and close this all up. This has to tab in on the side here. So there you go. You can actually store all of the weapons in this, which I think is really cool. I think that's really a nice feature because it compacts very small. And the fact that it's got, like, you know, 5 accessories in there, and they're pretty full-size accessories, I think that's a really nice touch. So, very cool. I'm going to put that off to the side. Yeah, not too much else to say about the shuttle mode, but I absolutely think it looks great. So, he does have a train mode because it is Astro Train. I know Galaxy Shuttle never transformed into a train. But we're going to go to that first. The directions that come in the box take you, it does come packaged in shuttle mode. They take you from shuttle mode to train mode and then to robot. Obviously, you don't have to go that way, but I figured I would just follow the directions from the box and we'll see how this goes. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll transform into the locomotive first. It's actually pretty simple to transform from the shuttle to the train. We're going to go ahead and take this section here and pop this back. And what that will allow you to do is kind of open these up wide enough that you can get the tail fin out, because they kind of like sit in between there, and that keeps that in. So you kind of have to just pull them apart ever so slightly just so that it'll wiggle out, and flip that down, and then you can go ahead and pop this back up and peg that into place. Now you have to pop out these little black flaps, which I have to admit is harder than it should be for me. It's hard to just kind of get a good grip on them, honestly. There we go. There's one. And there's two. So we're going to flip these up. You kind of want to bring them up to about here so that you can bring this whole piece down, fill this in, and then you're going to close these up on the side, and that is going to reveal your Galaxy Shuttle head, which looks great, but we'll get into that more a little bit later on. At this point, you can bring the wings down, and they just compact and then fold these wings down like that. So we're getting there. We are going to kind of split this piece apart, these two panels here, and they kind of swivel out and then swing down. And then you can go ahead and pop the legs completely apart. So you're going to have to do two things here on the inside of the legs. You want to make sure you have clearance. You want to spin this piece around like that. And then you want to flip this piece in the inside here out. Oh, there's actually a third step. This part here, this little black piece here, is going to slide down. So you can see the slider right there. This is going to pop down like that. And then we're going to come over here and do the same thing. So again, make sure you have clearance. Spin this around. Flip this little piece out like that. And then slide this piece down. And that clicks into place. So once you do all that, you can push this all back to, oh, that piece clicked up. Come along now. That's all going to tab in together. There we go. Make sure that's all in. And then you're just going to close this back up. There we go. And push that all back together. Okay, so we're almost there. You want to spin this piece around, and I find that it's easier if you take this and put it at about there, and then it'll have a lot easier clearance to push that up, and then flip this piece down and tab this in. So again, spin this to about here, pop this halfway down, spin that up, and then bring this down and snap that in. And there we go. We have our locomotive train mode. I like it because it's a kind of very simple black classic locomotive color scheme. And I kind of like that. I just, you know, it just looks good. It rolls well. And you can kind of see when it rolls, you know, these pieces all move around in here. The wheels all look great. I kind of wish it had like a piece that moved around, but I get it. I get why it doesn't. But yeah, it's just a very classic black locomotive look. Now you can bring this piece back in and then spin this around And again, peg that into there. If you want him to have like a coal car. I mean, it doesn't really look like a coal car, but you can pretend. So just even longer train mode. And again, this color scheme doesn't really go with the all black over here, but I still love the color scheme of this. It just doesn't go great in this mode, but it matches everything else really well. So yeah, there is your train mode. Alright, so now we're going to move into robot mode. But real quick, I haven't really mentioned this yet, but of course there's a lot of spots you can peg accessories in. So there's like a spot right here. There's a spot back here. I think you can even peg it into the stack. I mean, kind of loosely. It doesn't really work all that well. But you can, you know, mount accessories in the various modes. And I haven't really touched on it a ton, but I mean, you guys know how to put weapons on things, so you get it. All right, let's go ahead. Let's move into the robot mode. So we're going to kind of go backwards a few steps. We're going to flip this up. We're going to spin this back around. We're going to close this back up. Do that again here on this side. There we go. Now we're going to split these sections out again and swing them out. And then we are going to open up the legs. And again, we're kind of backtracking. So we're going to push this in, flip that in, spin this around. Only now, instead of putting this back, we're going to bring this all the way down. And that's going to snap into place. So we're going to come, push that up, flip that in. Make sure we have clearance here. Spin this around. And now bring this down to form the leg, and that will click into place. And then we're going to come around to the back, and there is a giant foot that we are going to bring around like this. And you can see that there's a little peg right there, and there is a little peg spot right there. So as you bring this around, just kind of lift it up a little bit and it'll drop into there, and then it is secure. So bring this foot around, lift it up ever so slightly, drop that in, and there you go. Now we have pretty much the entire bottom section. We will utilize the ankle tilt to get him to stand, and then I will zoom out ever so slightly and move the camera up. You can go ahead and flip these panels down to form kind of the front skirt, just like so. Now we are going to open up the wings and bring them back out to the side. I mean, truth be told, it's much easier to go from shuttle mode to robot mode, because when you're going from locomotive to robot mode, you're basically undoing all the steps and almost getting back into shuttle mode, as you can probably see. So that's kind of funny. But this is going to lift up and come back here and kind of accordion down. You can see that there's a tab right here, which is going to tab in right there. So just bring that in and then push it up, and that will snap into place. And then you can kind of just bring this back and hang it down for a sec. And then we're going to bring these arms down, and they will snap into place along the body here. You can hear that. Bring that around, snap that in, and then we're really just straightening out the arms and then rotating at the bicep 180, and then flipping out the hands, and they will snap into place like so. So again, and this will probably, for some reason, like until you actually form the arm, this piece wants to move around a lot. But then once you do, snap it in. And well, now it's just going to make me look dumb by continuing to pop out. There we go. Fold out the hand. Come along. That'll snap into place. And then you're going to want to bring this down. And there are these two big white tabs right here. They're going to tab in right there and there. So bring that in and pop that against the body. And there we go. There is Galaxy Shuttle, fully transformed into robot mode. He looks pretty good. I'm going to give him his blaster here. And like I said, he's got so many other accessories. I like the classic black blaster, but you can use any of the others, obviously. He's got some spots over here you can peg onto. He's got some spots down here on the legs. But yeah, he's cool. I like him. I love that head sculpt. I think that looks absolutely fantastic. The visor, the face, very nicely painted. I love the sculpt of the helmet. All that just really, really great. I love this head sculpt. You can look up a little bit. You can look down a little bit. Tilt side to side ever so slightly, and of course you can look side to side, no problem. You have a hinge out to the side, you have a rotation there, bicep swivel 90 degrees in the elbow. I don't think we get anything in the wrist because of how it transforms. You do get a waist swivel there, just the wings, make sure they're not in the way. Kick out to the side pretty far. You can lift this flap up so he can kick forward. And can't really kick back because there's a piece back here, kind of a built-in skirt piece there in the back. You have a thigh swivel. You have, maybe not quite 90 degrees. Well, very close to 90 degrees there in the knee. And then, of course, we have the ankle tilt. So, very cool. I mean, obviously, he doesn't have, like, the classic look of Galaxy Shuttle was to have, like, the entire nose of the shuttle here on the chest. And I feel like they could have kind of painted this to look like, you could almost just paint this whole section black down here to kind of look like the nose of the shuttle, or maybe, you know, maybe paint these like windows. I feel like they could have tried to kind of replicate it just with paint. I don't mind that they didn't. I do really like the blue down here. I think that's a nice pop of color. But it would have been fun almost to see them attempt to kind of just paint this area to look like, because the original toy, it was just the entire nose of the shuttle just became his chest, and then he had a big Autobot symbol right there. But instead you got the Autobot symbol down here split between the legs. Again, not a huge problem. I just think it would have been fun. I mean, maybe they did try that and it wasn't successful, and that's why they went back to this way. Either way, he looks great. I really like him quite a bit. He's got great articulation. I mean, it's just the Astro Train mold, but that was a good mold. I think that toy really worked. I think that was a really good Astro Train. Probably the best one we've ever gotten. I'm looking at you, Titan's Return. But in any case, I think this was a great mold to reuse. He looks fantastic. Now, you can do a couple more things with this goofy little bit over here. You can pop this off, and then this will slide off completely. And then you can untab this. And I think this... How does this go? I think I have to take the accessories out. I think I have to flip this out. Take this out. Come on now. Basically, you just form like a box, and it pegs onto his back. I think this goes around, and I think... Does this bend? No, that can't bend back. How does this work? Maybe I just leave it like this? It doesn't seem right, but they want you to peg this thing onto the back. I feel like that's wrong, but I'll have to consult the instructions. But anyway, the whole point is you're supposed to put this stupid thing on the back, which looks ridiculous, and then you're supposed to take the piece that you pulled off and split it in half and give them like weird booties. Which, okay, I think that's weird. I feel like this definitely came down here and snapped in like this. Does something spin? I feel like you can't bend that back specifically because it has that. I don't know. What did I do with it? Well, whatever. Anyway, this goes on the back somehow. But it's dumb. I don't know. Why would I want to just give him a giant backpack? I mean, I could, but why? Do I put this down like this? No, that can't be right. Anyway, whatever. It's dumb. I don't care for it. You don't need it. If you want to give him the booties, if you like the look of that, it does give him some more stability. Like, it gives him bigger heels. I'm really going to have to go back. Let me check the directions real quick just so I can show you the correct thing. Okay, so, haha, I'm dumb. This piece rotates. This piece rotates around and then comes in and folds into place. I knew that sat flush, and then this comes back up like it normally does. And there you go. There's your weird backpack. And now you can go ahead and spin this around and put this on his back. There we go. So, I don't know. Again, not really sure why you'd want this or what this adds, but it's here. You can give him some booties and then a giant like backpack. I guess you could just you could peg these back in if you wanted to. I don't know. Again, I don't get it. But it's there. It's a feature that it has. I think Galaxy Shuttle is really awesome. I'm really enjoying this release. And what a surprise. I don't think anyone saw this coming. I mean, we're getting all this victory love this year. It's really quite awesome. I mean, I don't really love the show all that much, but the designs and the Transformers from that show are really, really cool. So let's keep it going. You know, I want to see Road Caesar as the next HasLab. Let's keep it going. But to get this in the main line is really cool. And like I said, it's a great reuse of the Astro Train mold. I love the color scheme. I love the paint applications. I absolutely love that new head sculpt. It's perfect. I don't really have much to complain about this guy. I know a lot of people think it's weird that he has a train mode, but, you know, this was Astro Train, so that's why. You don't have to use it if you don't like it. But I think it looks good. I mean, it's a solid black classic locomotive look. I think that's kind of cool, because he definitely has kind of a classic space shuttle look, so he's kind of the classic version of two iconic vehicles, and that's kind of neat. But then you have, like, this crazy thing, you know, just being this awesome black and blue and gunmetal gray color scheme, and I think that really works, and the paint applications on that are really cool as well. You can make it into a little base or launch pad, or just have it be like another car connected to the train mode, so there's functionality there. The weird boot backpack mode, I mean, hey, it's there. If you love it, use it by all means. To me, it's superfluous, but I don't need it, so, you know, nothing gained, nothing lost. It's perfectly fine. And again, he's got a ton of accessories, and I haven't really spent a lot of time, you know, putting them around the figure, but of course, he can hold them in both hands. You can put them on the side of the legs. You can put them on the wings. You know, there's a ton of places to pop them around, so you can have a lot of fun with those, as well as even got here on the side of the shoulders and on the forearms. So he's got a lot of spots. You can use those. Tons of accessories, you know, go crazy with them. I kind of just like the classic look of just him in robot mode with the one blaster, but he's great. I really do not have much to complain about. He is pretty fantastic, and I definitely recommend getting him if you can. Like I said, I got mine on Hasbro Pulse, but he is a Walmart exclusive, so he should be on the Walmart website, start showing up in stores very soon as well. So if you're on the lookout for this guy, check Walmart, check Amazon. No, not Amazon, Hasbro Pulse. Listen to me. Check Walmart and check Hasbro Pulse. Those will be the two places where you'll find this guy. And I think he's a lot of fun. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.